Hey guys, this is Mark with AdultAsperger'sChat.com, and today I specifically wanted to talk to the guys out there on the autism spectrum, or those who think they might be on the spectrum. And I'm specifically referring to the configuration where it's the neurotypical wife and the husband with autism. So the question is, did you know that your wife is dependent on you for nurturance? Did you know that your wife is dependent on you for nurturance? And when I say dependent, I mean that in the fullest sense of the term. And there's some women out there that are going, I'm not dependent on him for nurturance. I don't want to be dependent on him. I can understand why they might say that. But if she wasn't dependent on you, if you weren't responsible to meet her emotional needs, why is she angry? Why has she been complaining? Why has she been crying? Why has she been researching all over the internet trying to figure out what's going on? She is dependent on you to meet her emotional needs. Not all of them, but the lion's share of her emotional needs she's hoping to get from you. Now, there are cases when, we'll use the example where there's kids involved and he's emotionally unavailable, and she may turn to one of the children to meet some of her emotional needs and may, at an unconscious level, turn that child into kind of a husband figure. It happens. It's not uncommon. But short of that, a good 60% plus of her needs in the emotional sense and in the nurturing sense, they come from you. She relies on you for validation, empathy, compassion, love, gratitude, connection, quality time, all of these things. And you haven't been delivering. I think you've tried, and I think you want to deliver. You just haven't figured out how to do it in a way that is meaningful and satisfying to her. She's like a potted plant, and you're like the watering can, and she's over there, and you haven't watered her much. You sprinkle a little bit every once in a while just for a token hydration. But in the meantime, her roots are shrinking up, her petals are shrinking up, her soil is dry. She's dying over there inside. And you're sitting back scratching your head confused as to what the problem is. As you're standing there with a full can of water and I don't know how to sprinkle it on you, honey. Sorry, you're so upset and unhappy. So if your neurotypical wife has been complaining, crying, depressed, physically, mentally sick, you haven't been meeting her needs. I don't know how to make it any simpler than that. This is not an exaggeration. So, what can be done? Well, you can learn how to water her. You can learn how to use your watering can and get the job done. There's many ways to meet your wife's needs, emotional needs, social needs, intimacy needs, sexual needs. Many ways to get that done. I could spend the next 3 hours talking about it. It's not rocket science. But anyway, there is a link below this video, and we're going to have a men's group coming up. I would strongly suggest you guys join. And we will look at some things that you can do to begin the business of you doing your job. If you're married, you signed up for a job. Not that it's just work, of course, but there are tasks that need to be done or the marriage will dissolve. So the ball is in your court, guys.